A movie set in a virtual reality in a world of pure imagination, and yet the most unrealistic thing about it is just how white and perfect Ben Mendelsohn's teeth look. My name is Tom, I'll be your avatar and you can play with me anytime, and this is my non-spoiler review for Ready Player One. Now, I'm sure by now all of you know what Ready Player One is about, so I'm not going to summarize the story, but basically this movie is pretty damn good. Spielberg once said in an interview about Ready Player One that the hardest thing about making this movie for him was getting the avatars right, the avatars of the real people like Wade Watts who entered the OASIS and, you know, live basically in the OASIS. And if the avatars don't work, this movie doesn't work. You have to be able to get emotionally invested in the characters and in the avatars. Because if you don't connect to the avatars, even though they're basically video game characters, the movie just falls apart and you don't really care about them. And that was something I was a little bit nervous about going into the film was, is this just gonna feel like is the entire movie just gonna feel like a video game cutscene? And it really doesn't. I actually found myself getting quite invested, emotionally invested, in CG animated motion capture video game avatars. And mostly that's where most of this movie is set. Most of this movie takes place in the Oasis, although, you know, they do intercut between that and the real life people playing these avatars. But let's talk about all the pop culture references. You know, we have the DeLorean, the Iron Giant, things like that that you've seen in the trailer. There are characters from Overwatch that pop up. And Spielberg knows exactly when to use certain references. He doesn't just throw in pop culture references and things that we've already seen before just for the sake of doing it, you know. They all serve a narrative purpose throughout the story. You know, like you've seen the Iron Giant and the DeLorean. Our main character, Wade Watts, played by Tye Sheridan, who did a fantastic job, by the way, actually has a special connection with the DeLorean, and same with the Iron Giant. There are other characters, or another character in particular, who actually has a connection to the Iron Giant, and the Iron Giant plays a pivotal, important role in the film. Seeing these characters again, seeing the DeLorean on screen again, seeing the Iron Giant on screen again, just gave me the feels. You know, this movie is, in a lot of ways, just a giant piece of nostalgia porn, but it's so ridiculously entertaining. It's the entire movie, I just felt like I was in a roller coaster ride, you know, because the movie just goes in so many different directions and it moves pretty quickly that, you know, and that's not a bad thing, but it's just so exciting. Spielberg really knows, and he's just been a master at this, I think, his entire career. He knows how to capture that adventure feel and that feeling of excitement. Seeing some of the ways these main characters and their avatars use the Oasis to their advantage to get what they wanted or to get where they needed to be was quite an exciting thing to see. And the villain played by Ben Mendelsohn, Nolan Sorrento, who, by the way, for some reason his teeth look really, like, unrealistically white and perfect, and I don't think Ben Mendelsohn's teeth actually look like that. And it wasn't his avatar, it was actually Ben Mendelsohn's teeth, so I don't know, but they look weird to me. Anybody else? Let me know in the comment section below if Ben Mendelsohn's teeth look unbelievably white and perfect to you. I'm just curious. But his villain character was great. The one negative I will say is that the way that the villain's story wrapped up, like the way that his story concluded, was a little bit anticlimactic, but other than that, I don't really have any major gripes with this film. I actually really like the way the film ended overall, and also the way this film began. The opening credits of this movie are awesome. I absolutely had a great time watching Ready Player One. I really, really enjoyed this film. I really like it. I'm not super, like, loving it like everybody else is, but I definitely like it and I definitely recommend you checking it out. So thank you very much for watching this review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, click that like button. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will talk to you guys next time.